Number 10. Airbags. Airbags save your life by punching you in the face. When you crash, a small explosive inflates the bag in approximately 30 milliseconds. The bag hits you at around 200 miles per hour. Early airbags were designed for an average-sized man sitting upright. If you were shorter or sat closer to the wheel, the bag would hit you before it was fully inflated, which meant it hit you even harder. In the 1990s, airbags killed over 100 people, most of them women and children who were smaller than the crash test dummy the system was designed for. Then came the Takata airbag scandal. Takata made airbags that used a cheap, unstable chemical propellant. After a few years, especially in humid climates, that chemical could degrade. When the airbag deployed, it would detonate with too much force, launching metal shrapnel directly at the driver's face and neck. Over 100 million vehicles were recalled worldwide. At least 27 people were killed by their own airbags in what were often minor fender benders. A safety feature that was supposed to protect you in a crash became the thing that killed you instead. Number 9. Foam insulation on the space shuttle. When you launch a rocket, the fuel tanks get incredibly cold, so moisture from the air forms ice. Ice flying off a rocket at launch is very bad. NASA's solution was to coat the external fuel tank in foam insulation. The problem was that foam kept breaking off during launch. NASA knew about this for years. Foam had been breaking off since the first shuttle launch in 1981. Engineers wrote reports and raised concerns, but since nothing catastrophic had happened yet, the problem was normalized. It became an acceptable risk. On January 16, 2003, Columbia launched. 82 seconds into the flight, a piece of foam the size of a suitcase broke off. Traveling at over 500 miles per hour, it slammed into the leading edge of Columbia's left wing, punching a hole the size of a dinner plate in the heat shield. Those heat shield tiles existed for one reason: to protect the shuttle from the 3,000-degree heat of re-entry. Some engineers on the ground suspected major damage and begged management to get satellite images of the wing to check. The requests were denied. On February 1st, Columbia began re-entry. Superheated plasma entered the hole in the wing and tore the shuttle apart from the inside. All 7 crew members were lost. An investigation found that the disaster was not a freak accident, but the result of a broken safety culture. The foam had broken off so many times without causing a disaster that people stopped seeing it as a danger. The insulation that was supposed to protect the shuttle from ice ended up destroying it on the way home. Number 8. Football helmets. Before helmets, players wore leather caps that did almost nothing. Players were terrified of head injuries, so they tackled with their arms and shoulders. Then came the hard plastic helmet. Suddenly, players felt invincible. When you feel protected, you take more risks. Psychologists call this risk compensation. Players started doing something called spearing, lowering their head and driving the top of their helmet directly into another player. Like a human missile, the helmet enabled it. While the helmet protects the skull from fractures, it does nothing for the brain floating inside. When your head stops suddenly, your brain keeps moving, slamming into the inside of your skull. That's a concussion. And players were getting them constantly, because the helmet made them feel safe enough to use their head as a weapon. Hits got harder every decade. Players got bigger and faster. The helmets got better, and players just hit harder. Scientists discovered CTE, a degenerative brain disease